The unemployment rate has remained steady in June at 3.5%. That's after it was revised lower for the month of May. Our business editor Ross Greenwood breaks down the numbers.
This is June. 32,600 extra jobs were created in Australia, but at the same time there was a fall in the unemployment rate of 10,900 people. This is good news, by the way. The fact that so many Australians have got jobs means that they can cope with rising living costs right now, and so this is very much good news. One other aspect of it that comes out, though, is that quite clearly Australians are working more hours. So over the past year, say for example, you can see the hours worked by Australians has increased by 4.7%, but during that same period of time, the number of new jobs created is only up by 3%. And so that effectively says that Australians are working harder than they have for quite some time. The other thing also is the participation rate. The participation rate is basically the number of Australians who are in work compared with the proportion of the population. That's, close to all-time highs. Certainly for women, it is at all-time highs. And this again shows the cost of living pressures that many Australian families have got. And so you can see here that participation rate dropped off just a little bit. The unemployment rate, as you indicate, the previous month had actually been recast or reforecast down to 3.5%. It had been 3.6%. There's nothing great. That's pretty much a rounding error. So it means that really you've got the unemployment rate at this 50-year low of 3.5%. Just to note, though, the Reserve Bank has got its forecast of unemployment in June this year exactly at that 3.5%, but it says it will rise to 4% by the end of this year and by 4.25% by June next year. In other words, that's probably going to be the best part of another 100,000 people who will lose their jobs during that period of time. This is the reason why these numbers are so important, and also, of course, increase the pressure or keep the pressure on the Reserve Bank to keep raising interest rates where there are signs the economy is not cooling as quickly as it otherwise might imagine.
With the release of these figures today, we can show you this brief snapshot of the economy. Unemployment flat at 3.5%. Inflation at 5.6% for the month of May. We'll have the latest update on that front next week. And the cash rate steady at 4.1%, but the expectation is it will rise further by the end of the year, maybe even next month now.